Morning, Rankers. I thought what I'd do this week, leading up to Christmas and the break, and something for you to think about over the break, is just have a look at a competitive phrase in the Google search results and just explain why some sites are ranking higher than others and the dynamic nature of the search engine results page. And also I'm going to use the topic, the government internet filter, because it is getting a lot of attention online at the moment, as you can imagine. And also I spoke at the Melbourne rally last week, and I've put a link in the newsletter and on my blog at stuartmedia.biz/my blog, if you want to go and have a look at that, if you're into that sort of thing. But I wanted to have a look, because there is so much activity around this phrase, it's a good one to have a look at just to show you the way that Google ranks things, and might be able to shed some light on some of the things that you can do for your own site. So if we just have a look here, now some of you may remember from a couple of weeks ago that the post that I made, the first post that I made about the government internet filter in my video blog, was ranking about number 3 or 4. Now it's since disappeared off that front page. Now you'll notice though the two videos here of that very same post are still appearing in YouTube. This is what we call, still appearing in the Google search results page. This is what we call Google vertical search, if you like, where Google inserts maps and videos and graphics and images and those sorts of things. So what's interesting here though, from my perspective anyway, even if it's not from your perspective, is that we've got here, this is the YouTube video, and this one over here is the Howcast video. So it's the same video, but at 2 different sites. So basically what you have there is 2 entries for people, at least in the search results, to find my content. And if we have a look up here, netalert.gov.au is still number 1. Now the reason for that is that there are so many other sites around the net pointing to this site with the phrase internet filter, right? And because it's a government site, it's a .gov, Google picks up on that. There's words Australian government here, you can see in the description tag, Google's picking up on that. But you know, what's significant here is that it's got a Google page rank of 7. So, and the next one down we'll see it's got a Google page rank of 6. And basically what this means is that Google thinks this page is more important because it has more links and higher quality links than any of the other pages, or what Google considers to be higher quality links. Whether you consider a link from federal government to be high quality or not, that's entirely up to you. But then because it's moving so fast and there are so many news stories on this phrase, the search engine results below that start to change. And the reason that they start to change is, number one, of course, that new content comes online. So we've got the Australian IT, we've got a news story there. But, you know, even that one is from the 10th of August 2007. And what you might say, well, that's not fresh content, but it might have fresh links to it. People might be linking to that story because it's got something in it from 12 months ago where people are trying to quote. So it goes up in the rankings. Down here you'll see that the internal page is on the 6th. It was from the 16th of December. Wherever you see it indented like this, it just means that it's the same site but another page. So what's probably happening is maybe some cross-linking there with tagging on the site, those sorts of things. I haven't gone and had a look at this particular site. But interesting, you'll notice that the story from 10th of August 2007 was John Howard saying that he's going to get an internet filter out to everybody. This was just before the federal election. And of course the one on the 16th is the ALP saying they're going to do the internet filter. So we don't have terribly much difference there between the 2 major parties. Down here you'll see that the forums at Whirlpool. Whirlpool is a very popular help site for people to do with everything networky, if that's a word, which I know it's not. But once again, you'll see it's from the 7th of November. I think this is an old post, so we'll just go and have a quick look at that. And the date on that post is, 2007, as we can see over here. So once again, it's an old result, but this particular one is meeting the criteria of the key phrase. We can see that the key phrase here is in the page title. We can see that half of the key phrase is here in the description tag. And in case I haven't mentioned it before, which I know I have, but the description tag is really important for not only to get your keywords in the description tag and those sorts of things, but it's really important because it's if you like, it's the sales pitch to get people to click on your link. So a lot of people don't use the description tag and they just let Google and the other search engines create an abstract of content from the page that they've found. Whereas if you put an actual description tag in, it helps people make a decision on whether they want to click on that link or not. Further down the page, you'll see that we've had the page rank decreasing here. We've gone from 7, 6, 4, then to nothing, and then these are all basically nothing. We've got a PR1 here, then we've got a 0 here. Basically, when you see no page rank as opposed to 0 page rank, it means that Google hasn't actually assigned anything yet. And then we get down to more recent stories on the 15th of December and a few news stories which I hadn't seen before either. And the reason for that is that not just because the news stories are coming out, but because the news stories are coming out and they're getting those key phrases in the story and people are linking to the story. That's what it's all about. So hopefully that's helpful for you, and also I guess the point I'm trying to make here too is that if you get involved online and start getting involved in online communities, online forums, as I've said before, and you start creating things like maybe a blog, even if you only add to it once a fortnight, or even a newsletter that you email out, maybe you can publish it online as well and have your newsletter online. The more content that you're adding to the site, the more likely it's going to be that people are going to link to your site because they find it interesting and they want their readers of their site to come and have a look at yours. So that's what it's all about when I talk about getting involved online and getting involved in forums and having discussions online. And of course, and we're going to do a lot more on Twitter next year, but and I've done a couple of shows on Twitter this year, but it is probably the biggest impact I've seen on the web in the last 10 years. And we've seen a lot of things come and go in that time. It's probably the biggest impact I've seen in the last 15 years, actually. And the reason for that is that it's the immediacy of the tool. It's the ability to business network. I'm doing a lot of business networking through Twitter. I'm finding it fantastic. So if you're a business networker out there, and Beth, you know I mean you, Brenda, you know I mean you, and Gary, you know I mean you, you should be on Twitter because it's the best online business networking tool I've ever seen. And the discovery aspect of it, of being able to discover new people who are interested in the same sorts of things that you might be interested in from a business perspective or purely from a personal perspective, it's unprecedented. So I would say get online with that. Now also I'm going to do another quick show just on today on the government internet filter because there's been a lot of angst online overnight about a few things. So I didn't want to bore everybody who's just interested in working out how to get ranked with that content. But if you are interested in it, then it's on. It'll be on my YouTube channel and my Howcast channel and all those other channels that you might be watching through Dailymotion, VO, all the rest of it. All right, well, thank you very much. And if look, we've got a Christmas show coming out on Friday. A Christmas, well, I don't want to build it up too much, just in case it's rubbish. But we will be doing a staff Stuart Media Christmas greeting on Friday when Cam's back in. Cam's our latest member of staff, but we'll tell you more about him next year because he's got a big head. And thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you on Friday. Bye.